Good morning. How are you? Ready for yoga? If it's Chris, maybe you joined me last night. Nice to see you. We'll take about 5 minutes before everybody gets here. So if you want to do a little bit of meditation on your own, you're welcome to. Cross your ankles, sit in that Sukhasana position, trying to get your feet underneath your knees. And as always, you're welcome to use blocks to help support your knees. And before I get too far into it, I did bring a chair into the room today because we're going to do some stuff with balance. So feel free to grab a chair. Hi, Wally. And other than that, just go ahead and sit nice and tall. Start to focus on your breath. Start to sense openness in your chest, but also that gentle groundedness into the seat beneath you. And connect with your inhale and your exhale. Let your exhale help your seat settle more deeply into the floor. And let your inhale expand your ribs, not just through the front area, but also through your backside. Bring some space and some awareness to the backside of your body. And if it's helpful, you can return to the practice we used last night, where we're focusing on the beginning, the middle, and the top of your inhale, and the beginning, middle, and bottom of your exhale. And just use that as a tool to help you stay focused on your breath and help the labeling to keep you back on task. Continue to return to the observation of your breath. And if you want to peek in a little gentle smile, that's always nice in the morning. Even when May 30th feels like it's really far away. It is a beautiful day today. I've already seen lots of people walking outside. And again, with each breath, bring yourself closer to awareness of how you feel in your own body. Maybe make those gentle adjustments so that you feel more comfortable in your seat. All right. So let's start with our palms at our heart center. And bow down, bring your chin to your chest. And just take a moment here to observe the length in the back of your neck. And then connect again with your breath. Noticing the softening of your belly with your exhale and the expansiveness of your ribs as you inhale. Good, and go ahead and rest your palms on your thighs. Give yourself a nice warm smile. Thanks for joining me for the yoga all levels class. This is a 30-minute class, and the props that I have available to myself today that you might be interested in using are a chair and some blocks. But other than that, you and your mat, I don't think you need much today. So let's go ahead and start ourselves on our backs. And this again is that beautiful day stretch where we reach those arms over our head, allowing yourself for that wonderful morning stretch. Heels reach as far away from you as you can, letting your belly button soften down towards the floor behind you as you exhale. And then as you inhale, reach again. Let your heels, let your feet, let the flats of your feet push towards the wall away from you. And then again, exhale, and now letting your belly soften towards the floor, your elbows soften towards the floor. Good. All right, so now we're just going to pay attention to one side at a time. So I'm going to take my right hand and reach my right hand and my right heel as far away from myself as I can. So creating a great big distance and an openness on the side body of your right side. You can let your left arm gently bend and your left hip gently hike up towards your left elbow. Good. And then we're going to bring that right elbow down and bring that right hip gently up towards your right elbow. And then we're going to focus on our right side again. So reach that right fingertip at the right fingertips and the right heel as far away from each other as you can. Good. Pay attention to your breath. Here's a great inhale. And then with your exhale, let your right hip come up just a little bit and your right elbow come down. So a little bit of a side crunch or an oblique crunch. And then again, with a smile on your face, inhale, reach, make yourself as long and as tall as you possibly can. Good. And here's that exhale, gentle crunch. Oh, good. All right, and then again, settle all four sides into the floor. Notice your shoulders settling into the floor, your heels, your hips, and let's do the same thing to the left side. So let's extend that the left fingertips as far away from yourself as you can. Left heel as far away from you as you can. Maybe a gentle hike of your right hip and your right elbow. Good reach, make it as long as possible, good. And then bring that left elbow down and the left hip up just a little bit. Good. And then reach, extend, make yourself nice and long. Let your right hip drop into the floor, but there's a little bit of an oblique crunch on the right side. Good. As you open, lengthen the whole left side. Belly button softens down to the floor as you exhale. And as you inhale, you can sense yourself reaching a little bit farther. Good. And then here comes your exhale again. Your left elbow drops, your left hip drops. One more time. Inhale, reach, really long extension, sensing lots of space in the intercostal muscles through your ribs. Good. And then here comes your exhale, letting that elbow drop, your hip hike or mini little crunch on your obliques, and then rest. So I'm going to readjust my hips, let my hips settle down, let my arms fall into the floor. Good. Great big inhale, and then exhale. Nice. All right, let's go ahead and place the soles of our feet flat to the floor. Readjust your hips in any way. If you feel like you're a little tight through your low back, even take a moment here to push your hips away from you. Good. You can place your palms on your thighs and gently use traction to lengthen that low back. And then inhale, reach those arms up and over your head. Extension of your arms reaching out of your shoulders, fingertips as far away from you as you can, and then exhale. And as we exhale, I want you to imagine that as your arms come up and over your head, you're still pulling through your arms, lifting your scapula off the floor and all the way down. Good. Inhale, reach your arms up and over. Try to imagine you can get your arms as far away from you as you can. And then here's your exhale, still reaching those arms up off the back sides of your shoulders, up off the floor. Good, and then exhale all the way down. Nice, good. So we got some mobility through our shoulders, really reaching, inhaling, arms overhead, exhaling, palms flat back to the floor. Good, let's incorporate our legs here a little bit. So let's bring our knees into our chest, give them a nice gentle hug, exhaling. And then we remember this. Inhaling and your knees pull away and your arms are reaching. Exhaling, your arms grab those shins and pull those knees into your thigh, into your ribs, and exhale. Inhale, reach those knees away. Exhale, making space with your belly as it softly drops away, and bring those thighs in towards your chest. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Good. And exhale. And this time, we're going to inhale, reach your arms all the way over your head and touch your feet down to the floor. Here comes our exhale. Reach your fingertips towards your knees as you bring your knees in. Give them a nice gentle squeeze. Nice. Inhale, legs fall away, feet to the floor, arms overhead. Exhale, bring those knees into your chest, make space with your belly, letting your belly fall away to the floor. Inhale, arms up and over your head. And then exhale, nice gentle squeeze. Good, we're gonna continue that pattern, but this time we're gonna inhale, take our arms over our head and take your feet up towards the ceiling, pushing those feet into the ceiling, really reach. Good, and here comes your exhale, arms grab those knees and squeeze. And when you begin your inhale, your arms begin to move and your feet reach towards the ceiling again, pushing those heels into the floor. Imagine that you're standing through the ceiling. Good. Exhale, bring those knees in towards your chest. Good. Now we're going to do things single leg and single arm. So we're going to keep that left knee in and inhale, reach your right arm up and over your head. Extend, feel that distance and openness on the right side, and feel that right hip reach and push your heel through the ceiling above you. Exhale, pull that right knee into your chest. Same thing to the other side. So left arm reaches up and over your head, extending away, pushing your heel through the floor. Belly button drops down. Awesome. And then exhale, pull that thigh in. Continue that pattern. Inhale, reaching opposite leg, your other leg is now up and towards the ceiling, and bring that knee into your chest. Now the left side, left leg, left arm, reach. Good, and bring that back in with the exhale. Inhale, right leg, right arm, extend, push it through the floor. We're going to find this position later while we're standing. Good, pull that knee in. Here it comes again. Inhale, reach your left leg, reach your arm, push your heel through the floor, draw your ribs as far off of your hips as you can. Exhale, lower down. Awesome, good work. Give yourself a nice gentle hug of those knees. Maybe take a moment here to rock from side to side. Good, we're gonna place our feet flat to the floor for a moment and slide your hands behind your head. So a moment ago when we were reaching with your arms, you felt that scapula come up off the floor. We're going to work that same sensation here with some crunches. So inhale and open your elbows into your floor. Good. With your exhale, I want you to squeeze your elbows in towards the midline. Keep exhaling and help that as you're lifting your elbows up towards the ceiling, lifting your scapula up off the floor, have a little mini crunch. And then here comes your inhale. You're lowering your head and your shoulders and your elbows back down to the floor. And then here we go again. Exhale, elbows reach up towards the ceiling. Really point those elbows up towards the ceiling, lifting your head, lifting your shoulders up off the floor. And then with your inhale, slowly bring your head back down. We have 2 more just like that. So exhale, squeeze those elbows, reach those elbows towards the ceiling, mini crunch. And then inhale, lower down. 1 more. Exhale, squeeze your elbows, lift your elbows up towards the ceiling, belly buttons dropping down towards the floor because we're exhaling. Inhale, slowly lower down. Nice, good work. All right, so we're gonna slide those hands back alongside of our bodies, push your feet through the floor, and we're gonna do the coordinated action again with our arms and our legs, but this time in a bridging. So when we inhale, we're gonna, our arms start to come up over our heads and our knees reach as far away from our shoulders as they can. And then as we exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, pay attention to the articulation of your back coming back down to the floor and lower your hands down. Good. Inhale, rise up. Let that tailbone bone curl towards the ceiling. Extend your fingertips as far away from your knees as you can. And good. Slowly exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, lowering down. Drop that belly button towards the floor behind you. Inhale, rise up. Good. This is a beautiful day stretch in a new form. Appreciate the gorgeous day that we're having, and then slowly lower back down. Oh, nice. Well done. All right. So now we're going to get a little bit tricky. We're going to work on the strengthening of our hips, power and balance through our legs, and strengthen your core. So we're going to inhale. Take those arms up and over your head. Good. Reach. And then I want you to do a little bit of a exhale, but keep your hips lifted and bring your elbows into a goalpost position. If this doesn't feel right for you, you can also slide your elbows into a robot position. So you have a little bit more support with your legs by the back sides of your arms pushing through the floor. Good. Now I'm going to ask you to pay attention to the wholeness of your your right foot pushing through the floor. Feel that power. Support yourself with the back sides of your arms. And now we're going to take this left leg up off the floor. Lots of power in the supporting leg. Turning on lots of strength in your right leg as you push that left heel up towards the ceiling. Good. Exhale. Lower your foot down. And vertebrae by vertebrae, lower your hips back down. Nice. And take a moment. Pay attention to what you feel in this right hip. Good. Again, adjust yourself so that the back sides of your arms push through the floor. Good. Inhale, lift up. Feel the expansion of your ribs opening and the distance between the tips of your knees and the tops of your shoulders. Good. And now we're going to solidly place that left foot is pushing through the floor. Feel from the tips of your toes to the back of your heel. It's pushing solidly through the floor. Take that right foot up towards the ceiling. Finding the power in that whole left leg, left hamstring, left glute. Drive that heel through the floor. Good. And then with your exhale, slowly lower down. Nicely done. Good. Reach those arms out into a T, and we're just going to tick-tock from side to side, taking a moment here to bring some movement to our hips. Good. And then point those knees back towards the ceiling. We're going to do a gentle psoas stretch before we transition to all fours. So take this right foot, tuck it under your left foot. So here's that psoas stretch we've been doing before. We're taking our left hand and reaching for your right foot. If it doesn't reach your right foot, that's totally fine. But then your right hand is
lengthening. So you're having a great big stretch, just like we were doing in our bridge, from the tip of your knee to the tip of your fingertips, creating a great big stretch through the front side of your right thigh, up into your right hip, through your right ribs, all the way to your fingertips on your right side. Good. With each inhale and exhale, soften your belly. Help yourself to increase the stretch through that psoas. Good. With your next exhale, let's untuck that foot, bring your elbow down, and we'll do the same thing to the other side. So we're going to take the left foot, tuck it underneath your right foot. Take your right hand, grab that foot. If you can't grab the foot, it doesn't matter. You can just have your hand out to the side. And then we're going to take the left hand, reach it up and over your head, creating a great big stretch from the tip of your knee to the tips of your fingertips. Really great big stretch through your psoas, through the front of your left thigh, through your ribs, all the way up into your shoulder. And then again, soften your belly. Let your belly button drop down to the floor with your exhale. Good. And then with your next inhale, feel yourself expansive and reaching. And here's with our exhale, bring yourself back to center, back to your feet flat to the floor. Arms reach out into a T. And then nice and easy, tick-tock from side to side, taking care of your low back, taking care of your hips. Awesome. All right, so let's transition ourselves to all fours. Great job on the floor. All right, so check in, make sure your palms are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. And we'll just move a little bit through the cat-cow, tucking your chin underneath you, and then inhale, bringing your forehead up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. All right, so we're going to find some of those positions that we had on our floor here in all fours. So we're going to do a little bit of opposite arm and opposite leg here to help with our balance. So in order to have the balance, we want to make sure that we're activating the strength in our core. And we want to make sure that our hips are square with the floor. And also we want to make sure that our palms are spread and the power of our chest is pushing through the floor through those hands. So we're going to take our right foot and extend it out away from us, just like we've been doing on the floor, where we're pushing the wholeness of our foot through the wall behind us. Good. And I'm also checking in to make sure that this hip isn't up, but is instead square with the ground. Good. So our core is active. You should feel your obliques on your right side turn on, and then extend that left hand away from you. So we're in that table balance position, holding and breathing. With an inhale, reach your fingertips as far away from your heel as you can. And exhale, push the wholeness and the power of your palm through the floor, your shin through the floor of your supporting leg and arm. Inhale, reach, feel nice and long, and then exhale, sense that power of the supporting leg and arm. Inhale, reach. Good. Exhale, feel that sense of the turn on of the strength in the core. Your belly button is active. Your abs are active. Good. And then place that left hand on the floor. I'm going to sneak in 3 push-ups here. Why don't you join me? 1, 2, last one, 3. Good job. Nice. Let's switch our legs. All right. So we have our hands underneath us. Our left leg is extending out. And again, I don't want this sense of opening here. I want this sense of squareness with the floor. Good. Abs are active. Right arm reaches. With each reach, you're inhaling, you're lengthening, paying attention to your head. Try not to let your head just drop down to the floor. Pull that chin back and let the back side of your head lift just gently through your chin up towards the ceiling. Good. With your exhale, push your shin, push your palm through the floor. We're holding here. We're nurturing our balance. Inhale, reach. Fingertips extend. Heel reaches away from you. Good. And exhale, push that left hand through the floor. Sense the activity and the strength in your core. Last one. Inhale, reach. Fingertips are as far away from our hips as you can. Left hip continues to gently drop towards the floor, activating your oblique. And then here we go. Exhale. Sense the wholeness of your palm pushing through the floor. Your supporting right shin pushing through the floor. Bring your right hand down. We did 3 push-ups on the other side. Let's try 5 push-ups on this side. 4, last one. 5, good work. Both knees underneath you. Awesome. So let's rock in and out of child's pose and all fours. So here's an exhale, shift back. Inhale, shift forward. Continue to pay attention to your breath, right? So exhale, your ribs and your thighs are coming close together and your tailbone is reaching towards the floor behind you. Inhale, you come forward. Exhale, you go back. Good. Inhale, you go forward. Exhale, back. With our next cycle, we're going to inhale forward, tuck our toes under, exhale back to a down dog. Still paying attention to your head. Try not to let it fall, but keep it in line with your arms. Good. Push those heels through the floor and let's walk our hands all the way back to the back of your mat. Inhale halfway up to monkey. Exhale down. Inhale all the way up to stand. Palms to your heart center and take your hands down to the floor. So, sorry, not to the floor, just to your sides. So here's instead of doing a sun salutation, we're just gonna do walkouts. So we're gonna walk our hands all the way out to a plank. And then remember, this is the exhale phase. Exhaling as you bring your knees and your ribs together and inhale all the way up to stand. Exhale, walk it out. Inhale, up to stand. Good. Exhale, walk it out. Inhale, up to stand. We have 2 more. That was 3. Good. Exhale, walk it out. Exhaling as your knees and your ribs come together. Inhale up. So I'm going to be tricky on this next one. We're going to exhale, walk it out. And then on your inhale, I want you to bring your knees to the front of your mat, your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway up to the monkey pose. Good. Hold here. Even grab onto the back sides of your legs. See if you can help yourself lengthen that lower back as your tailbone reaches behind you and down. And you're helping yourself with a little bit of traction here. Here comes our exhale. We're sliding our hands back down towards the backs of our legs. Inhale. Find that traction. Slide your hand on the back sides of your legs and lengthen. Good. Exhale and lower down. Inhale and lengthen. Good. And here's where, if you have that chair, you can reach those arms out. We'll stay for a moment, and I want you to pay attention to your heels pushing through the floor behind you. I want you to pay attention to the activity of the strength in your core. Good. So this is working the strength in the back sides of your legs, your hamstrings. Good. Release your hands from the chair. Slide those hands back down. And this time, inhale all the way up to stand. Awesome. All right. Exhale your hands down. You're going to still use this chair. Mine's giving me trouble because it's so far away. But what I want us to do now is do some reverse lunges. Okay, so you're going to possibly want your chair to the side of you for balance, or you want it in front of you to reach for. So the reverse lunge looks like this. You're gonna bring yourself down, bend the back knee, bend the front knee. Good, and then come forward. Let the back leg leave. So remember, we're working on balance, and bring yourself up to stand. We have 5 of those. So take that foot back. Here's that lunge. Exhale in that power phase and come on up. Good. So lower it down. Bring your ribs to your thighs. Good. And now inhale, power, and bring yourself up to stand. Good. Exhale, lower it down. Active, strong core. Inhale, power up to stand. Good. 2 more. Exhaling, lowering down, both knees bend. Inhale, up to stand. Last one. I know that this is work. This is challenging. Bend those both knees. Inhale, up to stand. Great work. Let's do the other side, right? We're trying to start our morning off right. We want to be able to feel that power in both of our legs as we move through our day. So take that right foot behind you now. Lunge down. Transition the weight into that left foot, just like you've been pushing it through the floor behind you in our balance positions or in our stretching positions. Keep pushing that whole left foot through the floor. Inhaling, breath comes up. Good. Exhaling, lowering down, thigh to ribs. Good. Inhale, power up to stand. That's 3, 2 more. Good. Lower it down. Inhale, up to stand. Awesome. Here's your last one. Take it down. And inhale, up to stand. Nice work. All right. So we're going to work on single leg warrior 3. So place the wholeness of your right foot through the floor. The chair is out in front of you. What I'd like you to do is lift this left foot. My left foot is off the floor. And let's tip ourselves forward and reach for the chair. Find yourself square, just like we were doing when we were on all fours, right? So our left hip is dropping. Our left arm is reaching. Our right arm is reaching. Abs are active. Hold here. Good. And with your next inhale, rise up. Whew. Nicely done. Let's try that one more time. So exhale, reach, lengthen. So all that side body lengthening that we've been doing, find this here. Find your arms reaching away from you. Find your left foot pushing away from you, pushing that wall away from you. Push the wholeness of your right foot through the floor. Your right foot's not just a stump. Your right foot is supporting you. Awesome. Inhale. Come on up to stand. Nice. Good. Same thing to the other side. Who'd have thought that this was what you were working towards? So left foot is in the floor. Inhale and reach. Drive that left heel away. Find the activity and the strength in your core. Keep that right hip square, just like we were in all fours. Push through that left foot. Inhale. Come on up. Whew. Good. Beautiful. Warrior 3. If you want to be doing this without the chair, please feel free. Go ahead. Go crazy. And reach those arms out in front of you, pushing the wholeness of your left foot through the floor. Belly button is strong and active. Holding, breathing, driving that right heel behind you. Good. Inhale. Rise up. Great work. So lots of work on our hips. That was a continuation, Chris, on last night, working on those hips, opening up our hips. Lots of work on power and warming up our legs. Lots of work on strengthening our core. So let's go ahead, now that we have that balance, strength, coordination through our hips and our active core, let's push this right foot through the floor and slide your left foot on your thigh. If you know that this is not comfortable for you in tree, oh my goodness, I just remembered, maybe today you can try it and use your chair. So Find that chair, abs are active. Find that nice long spine. Maybe continue to hold on to the chair. Maybe release the chair, palms at your heart center. Begin to smile at all the strengthening, lengthening, and power that you've been finding in your practice. Good, let's let go. And we're gonna do the same thing to the other side. So right foot goes on left thigh. Actively pushing that right foot through your thigh, actively pushing your left leg into your right foot. Abs are active. Palms at your heart center. If you need to hold the chair, please feel free to hold the chair. Good, really looking for that left foot pushing through the floor. I'm fighting myself from tipping over this way and trying to push the wholeness of my left toe through the floor. Crown of your head reaching. Good, when you're ready, come on out. We'll bring ourselves into a strong, solid Tadasana. The fullness of your feet pushing through the floor, the crown of your head reaching towards the ceiling, hands at your heart center. Take a long, slow inhale, and then a complete exhale. Nod your chin to your chest, taking a moment to appreciate the time you're able to take care of yourself. And remind yourself to find the balance that you're creating in your body throughout your day. Remind yourself to remember the ability of your breath to support you and to ground you in the things that you do to support your days. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. I look forward to seeing you next week.